But it's wonderful to look out and see your smiling faces and know that we are very blessed to have so many friends and supporters in this room. We are so proud to have representatives here from the towns, Wise County, and the city of Norton. With your support and the support of our members, we are able to accomplish an industrious amount of work. Your chamber was established in 1954 by a small group of dedicated individuals that had a vision to make Wise County a better place in which to live and to work. Today, we can proudly say that we are one of the most progressive chambers in Southwest Virginia and Upper East Tennessee. I'm delighted to say that at the present time we have close to 300 members whose support is our lifeblood. The daily activities of the chamber are managed and directed by 40 elected board members with the assistance of 2 full-time staff members. Our directors and committee members work very hard to build the economic base of our area, bringing more employment, business opportunities, private investment, and improved quality of life. I would like to now ask you to follow along with me in your program as I acknowledge our directors. I would ask that when I call their name, if our directors could please raise their hand so everyone can see them, and please hold all applause till the end. From Appalachia, John E. Black, Dwayne Miller, and Paula Herron. From Big Stone Gap, Elizabeth Schuler, Kara Atkins, and Paxton Wright. From Coburn, we have Rita Lee, David Scholes, and Shelley Richard. From Norton, we have Margie Horton, Melissa Coffey, and Marcus Atkins. From Pound, we have Greg Dotson, Terry Short, and Shelley Logan. From St. Paul, we have Greg Bailey and Sarah Love McReynolds. From Wise, Misty Yates, Rick Mullins, and Shannon Scott. Our at-large board of directors are Lori Crisp, Dr. Keith Perrigan, Henrietta Dotson, Rachel Burgess, Ed Everett, Donna P. Henry, Dr. Scott Hamilton, David Reed, Dr. Jeff Perry, Donald Purdy, Clark Phipps, Donnie Ratliff, and our past presidents are Dwayne Akridge, Tim Blankenbeckler, Kim Clisso, Pam Colley, Corey Dotson, which is proof that Wise County, will give somebody a second chance. Sim Ewing, Dick Houchins, Dan Minahan, Risa Slose, and Bob Spear. Again, let's give all these folks a round of applause. And now I'll ask you to follow along with me again as I recognize our committee chairs. Through the extensive, effective use of these committees, the Chamber is able to multiply its efforts many times over. The chairman of our Economic Affairs Committee is Vice President Dan Minahan. The chairman of our Public Affairs Committee would be Dick Houchins. Chairing the County and Community Affairs, Vice President Kim Clisso. And finally, chairing our Organizational Affairs Committee, Vice President Pam Colley. Please give these folks a hand. I know everyone's hungry, so at this time I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you our Chamber Executive Vice President, Rick Colley, to come forward and do the invocation. Rick?
Before we do the invocation, I'd just like to thank a couple people. I'd like to thank Chris Davis and his staff here at the Convocation Center for a great atmosphere and a great facility. So let's give them a hand. Yeah. And also like to thank Brett Lawson and his crew from Chartwell's for our catered meal today. And I'm sure it's going to be a great meal. Let's give them a hand. Also, you saw the drone flying around at our silent auction, and I think he's getting ready to fly it around here just for a little bit. Is Grant Bloomer from the NASA Development in the county courthouse. And last but not least, our resident DJ, Mr. Freddie Bradley. And Freddie encourages everyone to stick around after we give our awards out tonight. He plays wonderful music and he loves to see people dance. So everybody stick around after we give our awards. Also, just a tidbit here. We've got a good event coming up here at the Convocation Center in July. Something all of our business people will be involved in, hopefully. And it's going to be called the Greater Southwest Virginia Business Expo. And it's here again at the Convocation Center. Mr. Victor Scott, who's on staff here, is going to be coordinating this event, and it'll be an event that will showcase our businesses in the area. So we'll be sending this out and getting it to everybody, and it'll be coming up in July. So remember that. So now let's go ahead and say our blessing, and then we'll move on to the food. So everybody bow their heads with me, please. Dear Lord, we pause to acknowledge you and to seek your blessing on our gathering tonight. We are grateful for what we are letting us experience, the comfort of this beautiful facility, and friends and the meals that we are about to enjoy. In the midst of our good fortune, our thoughts turn to all those who are less fortunate than we are. Put a special blessing on those who are struggling with their finances, their health, their families, those who have and are still struggling from our recent bad weather. We also ask for your protection of our brave men and women who are serving in our military today. Bless those who have served and those who have sacrificed for us to be free. Last but not least, we thank you for the good you've done through the service of our leaders of our chamber, our towns, our city, our county, our state, and our country. Lead them to make their decisions as you are their guider and their director. We love you and we thank you, dear Lord. Amen. So I'm going to turn it over to Brett, and Brett's crew is going to direct us through the line. So everybody have a good meal, and we'll come back up. After we get through eating our meal, we'll open the auction back up for about another 15 minutes so that you can go back over and make another bid or two. So enjoy your meal. Thank you.
Everyone, go ahead and have a seat. We'll go ahead and continue with the program. We've got a good, many good presentations, reward presentations to hand out tonight, but this year we're going to do something a little different. We've got a new award, a special award, and at this time I'm going to ask Rick Colley back to the podium to present. Rick.
First, before we get started, I just want to say that all of our plaques tonight were made by Impressions at Norton. So all the plaques that we have tonight were made by Impressions. So they're very nice plaques. Our first award is not on the agenda, and actually it's not an award that we are giving every year. This award actually was given about probably in 2012, and it was called the Visionary Award. And we gave that award that year to Dr. David J. Pryor here at the Convocation Center for his vision of what this school is going to be. And what we did was we called it the Visionary Award. It was presented to Mr. Pryor, who his talent and dedication and vision kept Wise County thriving and added such value to our community. The committee decided that this award would not be an annual award, but only given when the committee felt that there was someone whose vision for the future of the county had made an impact. They also decided that this special award would be called the David J. Pryor Visionary Award. Fitting that we're holding the gala here at the David J. Pryor Convocation Center, that we decided to give this award again this year. This year, we decided to make this presentation to a man who has made an impact on our county and region by thinking outside the box and looking to the future in many ways that we have not imagined. This year's recipient goes to Mr. Jack Kennedy, Jr. Just a few things, here recently, in the past few years, he's established the district court record in Wise County, which is phenomenal. If you've not read about it in the paper and everything that he's done there. The NASA Development Program at the courthouse, the SkyTech Rocketry Initiatives, the International Space Station downlink here at the Convocation Center in 2011 was a tremendous event. Aerospace days at the Lonesome Pine Airport. And the vision for trying to bring unmanned aerial vehicles or drones to our region is just phenomenal. He has worked tirelessly in making connections to legislators, schools, companies, researchers, and many more people all over the world to bring this technology here. In February, he hosted the drone flight competition here at the Convocation Center that brought kids to this area through their local and regional Boy Scout groups and Girl Scout groups. He is currently working on some drone competitions at the fair this year. So look forward to that. It's going to be called Game of Drones. So you'll see a lot more about that coming in the paper. Also, he has brought together a number of companies and media and others to integrate the unmanned fixed wing and the unmanned air vehicles to our ramp project this year in July. I know Teresa and Paul are here. What they're going to be doing is flying the medications all the way from the pharmacy school in Grundy via fixed wing, and then to the airport at Lonesome Pine, and then from the airport using quadcopters to the ramp project. So all the medications will be flown in via the air, with the intent of showing Southwest Virginia is not only a place where we have need, but it's also a place where we have innovation. So that's going to be, and there's some more things coming with that also at the airport that will tag on at the end of that. And also, if you've been reading the paper, Jack started the project with the Guest River Gorge, so celebrating the 25th year anniversary this year. So I know he wants y'all to come down and participate in it in June, and he's working on a lot of signage there. So Jack lives in Wise with his wife Jeanette, and he has 2 children, Jack and Jillian. So Jack, thank you very much. Presented to Jack Kennedy Jr. in recognition of a passionate and extraordinary vision to inspire and transform Wise County and Southwest Virginia through new technology and innovation, April 11, 2015.
Thank you. I am surprised and very grateful. It's very special to me to have this award because of David Pryor. I can remember walking this facility while it was under construction with David, talking about the International Space Station downlink and doing it here. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here. He was sick. But he dictated a letter to me that Ruth gave me unsigned that I keep in my home office. and serves to inspire, because David was a man of science in the future and a good friend, and this will be a special award from the Chamber, just being called the David Pryor Award. Thank you so much.
Before we back up to the mic to give the next award, which will be our President's Award. Y'all making Corey's head a little too big. I'm typing there,
It gives me great pleasure to give this year's President's Award to a well-deserving group of workers who I admire for their dedication to community service for Wise County and the City of Norfolk. As your Chamber President, I'm tasked with finding an individual or individuals who deserve recognition for the great things that they've done in our community. This year's recipients have displayed great generosity and in the process have made this area a better place to live. I'm also proud to call myself friends with these individuals and I've seen many acts of unselfishness over the years, and I can attest that these acts come straight from the heart. In fact, these individuals will most likely be upset at me, especially after just outing me while I was walking to the podium. But I am the president, and I was told I could do what I want, so here we are. The 2015 President's Award goes to Genesis Hair Salon and Todd's Hair Studio in Wise. For 5 years, Ted Barnett, his wife Karen, and Todd Barnett, and his wife Crystal, have organized fundraisers, which they have named Cutting for the Cause. Each year, the two Barnett families, as well as many other employees and many volunteers, give their time and effort to raise money for important causes in the community. Each year, a different charity is selected, and in the past 5 years, great organizations such as the Hospice and Palliative Care, the Food Bank of Wise County, the Southwest Virginia Cancer Center, and Family Crisis Support Services have benefited from the hard work and generosity of the volunteers. All proceeds from haircuts is distributed to the charity, and additional funds are raised through concessions and a silent auction. This year's cut-a-thon featured a very special beneficiary, as funds were raised to support the Lunchbox Project. For those unfamiliar, the Wise Primary Lunchbox Project is intended to provide extra food to students in an attempt to fill the gap between what free lunch provides and their level of nutritional need. The teachers submit the names of students whom they feel are not getting adequate nutrition at home. Once the students are placed on this list, they may return to the line and get any food they need above and beyond what their free lunch provides. Each year's cut-a-thon brings more success, and the accomplishments are as follows. In 2011, they raised $10,000 for the Family Crisis Support Services. In 2012, they raised $13,100 for the Southwest Virginia Cancer Center. In 2013, $15,654 were raised for the Food Bank of Wise County. In 2014, they raised $20,436 for Hospice and Palliative Care Virginia. And we are very proud right now to announce at this time that over $23,000 was raised to support the Lunchbox Project. I would like to personally thank the hard work and thoughtfulness of Ted, Karen, Todd, and Crystal, and the many other volunteers who made this year's event a success. And I'm sure many will agree with me, it brings great joy when you think about all the hungry bellies that are being filled due to the money raised by these caring individuals. In addition to the Cut for the Cause, the Barnetts have always been willing to help any person or organization that they can, especially when it comes to kids. And here to accept the award for Genesis Hair Salon is Ted Barnett, and for Todd's Hair Studio, Todd Barnett. I'd like to now please welcome the public to accept the award.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Dick Houchins, who will present the Distinguished Service Award. Or is that Dwight Yoakam? I don't know. No, that's Dick.
Well, you know, when I inquired about tonight's theme, I was told it was a glitzy Western theme, which I conformed with. Unlike Corey or his sidekick over here, who dressed in a suit just like they always do. But when I got finished getting ready this evening, my lovely wife Pam told me I looked a lot like Porter Wagoner. And I was smart enough, just as Corey mentioned, you know, he complimented his wife in front of the crowd. I was smart enough to say, baby doll, you look better than Dolly Parton. It's my honor to present tonight's Distinguished Service Award. In 1988, the Wise County and City of Norton Chamber of Commerce expanded the awards program to include those persons or groups who have made outstanding contributions to the betterment of their community in their own right, and also for persons or groups who have portrayed excellence in their vocation. Unlike the Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award, which is given via public nomination, the Distinguished Service Award is given solely at the discretion of the Chamber. This year's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award is Miss Bonnie Aker. Bonnie attended Clinch Valley College, where she earned a degree in education and later attained her master's from the University of Virginia. Bonnie is a retired teacher from the Wise County school system, where she taught at J.J. Kelly High School. In 1979, Bonnie opened and operated the Clapboard House in downtown Wise, bringing quality furniture and beautiful accessories to our area. Bonnie's son Travis now operates the Clapboard House, and Bonnie oversees the Appalachian Showcase. Bonnie lives in Wise and has two sons, Thomas and Travis. Bonnie also has 3 grandchildren, Graham, Gray, and Greer. Bonnie's passions in life have not been restricted to teaching and her business, but has been centered around giving back to the community in which she lives and takes such pride in. If there is a meeting or an event in the county that is centered around getting people to come visit, live, or have a business here in Wise County, you'll probably see Bonnie there. Bonnie's passion for seeing small businesses succeed in a small town setting is evident in her dedication to the Wise Business Association. Being one of the founding members of the Wise Business Association, she held the belief that group advertising and networking can make the town stronger. Bonnie is the current treasurer and has held positions of president and secretary as well as chaired many committees. Through her experience, Bonnie's advice to young and old entrepreneurs has been brought out in a few of her quotes from an entrepreneurial success stories article written about Bonnie in 2013. You don't own the business owns you. You have to put in lots of hours as well as being willing to work Saturdays and summers. An entrepreneur should be organized, detailed, and must position themselves well. They cannot be passive. Here are just a few of the other contributions and accomplishments. She served on the Upper Tennessee River Roundtable from its beginning in 1999 through 2012. She served on Wise County Tourism Committee since 2012. She's a 2006 graduate of the Forward Wise County Leadership Program, serves on the Family Crisis Center Board from 2009 to the present, and received the Excellence in Education Award in 1996. In 2013, she received the Hometown Hero Award for 35 years of outstanding leadership for the Wise County famous Fall Flame. Bonnie's belief in the mission of the Wise County famous Fall Flame has made it one of the premier festivals in our area. Bonnie has been with and directed the Fall Flame since its beginning in 1979, showcasing local music talent and craftsmanship of our local artisans. She has put in tireless hours of planning and setup during the two-day festival. Here are some quotes from her nomination letters. I believe that Ms. Akers' history and dedication to Wise County makes her a perfect candidate for the Distinguished Service Award. Whether she is working behind the scenes at the Wise Fall Flame or creating events to help market and promote local small businesses, Ms. Aker always exemplifies the notion of a community leader and citizenship. Ms. Aker has instilled her sense of professionalism and dedication into her two children, who are now prominent business owners in Wise County. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to present the 2014 Distinguished Service Award to Bonnie Aker. Unfortunately, Bonnie could not be here tonight because of a previous commitment. Many months ago, she agreed to photograph Carol Green's wedding as a gift to her, and so she could not be here with us tonight. Her award was presented last night, and we have a video of her acceptance.
It's been my pleasure to work and live in the town of Wise. Moved up here from Coburn in 1965, so we've been here a long time. And when we started the Clapboard House in 1979, Phyllis Davidson was a good friend, and we immediately said, we need a business association. So we got that off the ground with the help of Buford Sturgill and Ron Flannery, and today it's better than ever. And we, the first year, started the Wise Fall Fling, and that we have grown that from infancy and learned as we've gone along, and it's part of our lives, really. And it's my children love it, my grandchildren love it, and I love Wise, and I love the business world, and I know that the business down the street, if it's good, it's going to make me better, and vice versa. We're all in this together, and if we work together, we can hang together. So I really appreciate this, and I would like to thank all of you that were a part of this. And again, it makes me feel really humble. It is my pleasure to work with the different organizations. So thank you.
We have a plaque for Bonnie that I'd like to read. Wise County, City of Norton Chamber of Commerce 2014 Distinguished Service Award presented to Bonnie Aker in recognition of your outstanding service to Wise County and the surrounding region. April 11, 2015.
I'd like to thank the Chamber on behalf of this honor. It's indeed a great pleasure and privilege to be here to accept this on behalf of my mother tonight. And it's humbling to think that this great community that we love so much, that my mom's made a big difference in it. Thank you. She's actually listening in on the phone. She called about the time we started. Thank you all.
Last but certainly not least, it's time now to present the Citizen of the Year Award. And I'll ask Risa Slopes if she will come to the podium to deliver this award. Thank you.
Good evening. The Wise County, City of Norton Chamber of Commerce has been presenting the Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award since 1956. That was before my time. Beginning in January of each year, don't laugh, Dan. Beginning in January of each year, periodic notices listing criteria and requesting nominations are sent to the local media and chamber members. The criteria are as follows. Nominee must have been a resident of Wise County, City of Norton sometime during the past 12 months, must have made contributions or accomplishments either personally or professionally to the entire county. Contributions of prior years and immediate past years are also considered. A special appointed blue ribbon committee consisting of community and chamber leaders evaluates all nominations and follows a selection procedure to choose the recipient. This year, the committee received several commendable nominations for the 2014 Outstanding Citizen of the Year. After reviewing the many wonderful contributions the nominees have made in their communities and Wise County, the committee finally chose this year's recipient. This year's recipient has dedicated his time and energy to numerous causes throughout Wise County, especially focusing on improving opportunities for our youth, as well as being a champion for volunteering time to those in need. The recipient of the 2014 Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award is Jeff Rowan. Jeff and his wife Susan have lived in Wise County for the past 38 years. They have 4 children, Jeffrey, Heidi, it's actually Heidi, Holly, Jeffrey, and Jonathan. I know because I taught all 4 of them. If you look on your program, you can see that Jeff joins a very diverse and talented group of individuals who have received this award, which also includes his father-in-law, John Henry Jr., in 1957. Jeff has been employed at Camp Bethel Ministries as Executive Director since 1977, providing an outdoor camp and adventure experience for underprivileged kids, not only from the Wise County area, but also from surrounding states. Through this, Jeff has touched the lives of countless children. During his tenure at Camp Bethel, he has created a safe place for kids to come and grow as individuals through Camp Bethel Childhood Development Center, as well as numerous summer camp programs. Was there anyone here tonight? How many of you all have been to Camp Bethel in the summer? Has there been anyone? I see some hands. A lot. Over the years, Jeff has served on numerous committees for many organizations, as well as the Chamber of Commerce, Town of Wise, and Wise County. Jeff is a member of the Christian Camping and Conference Association. Jeff is also very involved in disaster relief. If you've seen the Cofield Progress, you've seen many pictures of Jeff doing this. Through his volunteer efforts in SBC Disaster Relief and Wise County Disaster Relief. Over the years, Jeff has been a key person in helping Wise County residents during storm cleanups and assisting them in any way possible to get back on their feet. Many volunteers for his projects have been inspired by his leadership and teachings of love thy neighbor and help those in need. Here are a couple of quotes from his nominations. Jeff helps people in their time of need, not just by cleaning up and covering roofs, but by bringing hope and unity to a community in need, focusing on the kids, the elderly, the disabled, and the stranded, or anyone in need. Jeff has that natural ability to rally local groups, but also puts countless hours in coordinating and working with outside groups coming to our area to help. During the recent disaster relief efforts, Jeff not only has seen a need for assisting people in a physical way, but also in financial assistance. Jeff has been instrumental in establishing a disaster relief fund that will be used solely to assist Wise County residents bring their lives back to normal living conditions. For many years, Jeff has been involved in numerous team building events and seminars for business community and academic areas. He has been an integral part of the Chamber of Commerce Forward Wise County Leadership class, leading our Saturday sessions on team building to start the program off each year. Numerous graduates from the leadership class have complimented Jeff on his style and effectiveness of the activities. If you've never done that, you need to do it. Here's a quote from a recent Forward Wise County graduate. When I came to the Saturday seminar, I was really worried that I would not enjoy it and would not do well with the other participants. Jeff has that natural ability to not only make you feel comfortable in those situations, but also help you to feel confident in your abilities, that you can contribute to your team no matter what your abilities are. Everyone is important in accomplishing your goal. In addition to his duties as Executive Director at Camp Bethel, Jeff is also the campus pastor of the Highlands Fellowship Church, established in 2014 on the campus of Camp Bethel. There are many things that Jeff has done behind the scenes, but we could not list them all. We don't have enough time. He's done so much. So Jeff, it is my pleasure to present you the Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award. And I see two of his children along with his wife there in the crowd tonight. Jonathan and Holly are here to be with him, and his wife Susan. So let's give him a hand. The plaque says, Wise County, City of Norton, Chamber of Commerce, 2014 Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award presented to Jeff Rowland in recognition of your deep commitment and outstanding dedication to the citizens of Wise County and the City of Norton, April the 11th, 2015. Congratulations.
Well, I want to thank the Academy, my executive producers, and Lisa. But thank you very much. It is indeed an honor. But so many people work with us behind the scenes to make it all happen. But it is indeed a privilege. Do I have time to share a camp story? Okay. I want to share. How many have been to camp before? Raise your hand. I saw some hands go up. There's quite a few. That's good. I'm going to tell you a little camp story. It's one of my favorites, but after I tell you, you may not want to send your children to camp. But that's what makes camp stories so fun. We used to take, our teen weeks have grown now, but we used to take our teens on what we call night hikes. And we would put them to bed and at the normal time, and we would wake them up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning as though we were waking them up for the regular morning schedule. So they'd get up and they'd be confused and disoriented, and then we would take them through the woods. And we would have things up in the woods like molasses on strings, inner tubes, people zip-lining across throwing water balloons on them, guys hidden in the brush with a chainsaw with no chain. And so each year we try to make it just a little bit better, a little bit crazier. So I come up, hey, let's do the mock spaceship crash. Cool. Jack Kennedy, you would like this. And so what we did was I made this large dummy, about 12 feet tall. He had his arms stuck out like this. And then I surrounded him with a perimeter of gutters. In that gutter, we put some gas in it. Then I called the sheriff's department and I said, look, we're going to be bringing these kids out of the woods about 3:30 in the morning. Can a couple of your guys be out there when yeah, we'll be out there. So we got all set up. We wake the kids up, disoriented as usual. We hike them through the woods. We were having fun. I'm not sure if they were, but we were having a great time. So we come out of the woods, you know, they've been up there and they're covered in flour and molasses and been scared to death and all laughing, having a good time. And as we came out of the woods, down the key was, are we all caught up? And when I heard that, the radio came on and said, Jeff, a UFO has just crashed in the lake. Well, that was a cue to light the fire. And so when the fire lit up, here's this big tall dummy, oh, you know, and the sheriff's guys hit their lights, they came out, we had blanks, and we started shooting this dummy, and it was bizarre. There was so much craziness going on, until I had one girl pass out, and another one doubled over with stomach cramps, and I finally said, it's a joke, it's a joke. So anyway, thank you very much. Indeed, it's an honor, and I want to thank my wife and my children and all those that have worked behind the scenes that really have made this possible. So thank you all so very, very much, and thank you.
Before he sits down, I'll tell one real quick on him. When I was still teaching school, I taught primarily 4th grade, 10-year-olds, little guys. And we did the team building activity at Camp Bethel. And it's pretty high, this little ramp you have to stand on. And Jeff said, now Risa, we're going to put you up there and your kids are going to catch you. And we want you to fall backwards. I said, what? He said, trust them. I'm looking at my little 10-year-olds. I'm not the smallest of people. I'm thinking, how well do they love Miss Slose? They're going to let her hit the ground. But sure enough, my children, my students, caught me. And I fell off of that backwards like a tree. And I did not hit the ground. So it's a great program. They do build confidence. You can trust some kids. You can sometimes you can trust the kids, I guess. But it is a great program, but Jeff does build that confidence. But don't trust him if it's just a bunch of adults, because he might let you fall.
Thank you, Risa, and what a great group of award winners tonight. Can we just have a round of applause for everybody? At this time, I'd like to announce our sponsors for this event. Our table sponsors were BB&T, the town of Big Stone Gap, the county of Wise, Crutchfield, First Bank and Trust, Food City, Jack Kennedy Jr., Circuit Court Clerk, Miners Exchange Bank, New People's Bank, Norton Community Hospital, Powell Valley National Bank, Town of St. Paul, Town of Wise, UVA Wise. I thought I'd get that out without that happening. Wellmont Health Systems. Our corporate sponsors are Appalachian Community Federal Credit Union, CSE Insurance and Financial Services, Old Dominion Power, Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, and Southwest Insurance Agency, and also Sykes. Our decoration and reception sponsors are Bob's Market, Bowell Financial Consultants, First Choice Home Health, and Hair Revolution. Could we please give our sponsors a hand? I would also like to say a special thanks to the annual Gala committee, which are listed in the program, especially our co-chairs, Risa Slopes and Ken Clisso, and our silent auction chairperson, Rita Lee. Also, much appreciation to the staff here at the David J. Pryor Convocation Center for their hospitality, and also to Chartwells for their great service and food. Please give them a hand. So I know everyone's ready to dance, but I do have the podium, so I will ask you to indulge me and pretend you're interested for just a few minutes longer. We've had a great group of award winners tonight, and the idea of volunteerism is alive and well in Wise County and the city of Norton. There is also in this region a growing sense of entrepreneurial spirit, which was shown with the likes of what Mr. Jack Kennedy talked about, the work he's doing to bring new ideas to the table. Before I go further, are there any Big Blue Nation Kentucky fans here? All right, you may want to cover your ears because I'm getting ready to talk about Duke, but I would like to reference Coach Mike Krzyzewski of the Duke University and his recent national championship, his fifth, by the way. The sports media has given the coach much praise for his fifth title, but discussions about his position among the greats, the all-time greats, has been centered on his ability to change and adapt over the years. Coach K understands that he cannot win today if he's doing things like he did in the early 1980s. Another example of this behavior would be my employer, Powell Valley National Bank. This institution has been able to survive for over 125 years, and a large reason for their success is that their willingness to adapt and to change. You know, I think it's safe to say that if we operated such as banks did in the late 1800s, our shareholders would not be too pleased. While we have seen some examples of this mindset in Wise County and the city of Norton, there's still much work to do. We must be willing to be progressive in our thinking as we move forward, and I urge everyone to become more involved, whether it's with the Chamber of Commerce or local boards or committees. Together we can make a difference. So again, I want to thank everyone for attending. It's been a great night. We will now take a 10-minute break as we prepare for the music and dance, but please stick around because
Have the award winners come back and take pictures.
please have the award winners come back and take some pictures before we start the party. So, thank you, everyone.